A very warm and healthy good morning to all of you. Hope you all will be fit and fine. Stay home, stay safe. Save yourself from coronavirus. We have completed our 2 chapters, that is chapter 1, chapter 2, the sentences, and the next one was subject and predicate. Students, now we shall start with our 3rd chapter, questions. Let's start. English grammar describes 3 major types of questions. First one is yes, no questions. And second one is WH questions. Third one is alternative questions. Now I shall describe about yes and no questions. The reply to these questions is yes or no. Example, have you had lunch? Second one, is there a lizard in the kitchen? Third one, will she go out this evening? Now students, when I ask such questions, my answer should be yes or no. If yes, then yes it is. If no, then no it is not. For you, you had your first example. Have you had lunch? Your answer will be yes, I had. No, I hadn't. Next one is there a lizard in the kitchen? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Third one, will she go out this evening? Yes, she will. No, she wouldn't. Next one, we have WH questions. These questions are formed using question words like what, why, when, who, where, and how. The reply to them is not a simple yes or no, but one from an open range of responses. Means many answers can be. Let's see how. According to the question only. Question number 1. Where is Nitya's house? Answer would be it's in Lal Bagh. Question number 2. Why can't you write down the instructions? Answer would be because I don't have time. Question number 2. How do you open this? Answer would be by turning the knob in the anti-clockwise direction. So here, according to the question, according to the related answer, you have to write. So here, these are called WH questions. Next we have alternative questions. The reply to alternative questions is one of the options given by the question itself. Means you have 2 options. Let's see how. Your first question is, would you like to watch television? Would you like to watch television or chat online? Is her name Ashwini or Anusha? Third one, will he sing a song or do a magic trick? Students, here in the example, we had options. Like first one question was, would you like to watch television or chat online? So here you got 2 options, to watch television or to chat online. So they are called as alternative questions. Why? Because we got option. We got over here 2 options. Second question was, is her name Ashwini or Anusha? So here you got 2 names. Out of that, which one? Next one. Will he sing a song or do a magic trick? So again here also 2 options he got, to sing a song, or the next one was to do a magic tray. So they are called as alternative questions. Students, after completing the three major types of questions, now we shall start with yes, no questions. Let's start. Yes, no questions are usually formed by placing the verb before the subject. Students, keep in mind, the point is given over here. What you have to do? You have to place the verb before the subject. So your first will be the verb and then the subject. For example, your question will be in the exam. Your hands are wet. So your answer will be, are your hands wet? So what we did, students? We have placed the verb before the subject. Are is the verb which we had placed in the first position, and then comes the subject. Next one. Ricardo was playing football. Your answer will be, was Ricardo playing football? Next one. Hussein is a painter. Is Hussein a painter? Keep in mind, students, first comes the auxiliary verb and then comes the subject. Next one, fourth one. People should protect trees. Should people protect trees? And the last one, that is the fifth one, Adil has returned from China. So your answer should be, has Adil returned from China? Once again repeating, by placing the verb before the subject, you have to form the questions. When there is a helping verb, helping verbs, which are the auxiliaries or modal verbs also. So here the rule, when there is a helping verb in the statement, its question form will have this structure. In chapter 1, in question forms also, I had explained the same thing, that first comes the auxiliary verb and then comes the subject. Now here, rule. What is the rule? Helping verb plus subject plus main verb plus other parts of the predicate. Separation of everything will be done in boxes. You'll make 4 columns. First column will be helping verb, second will be subject, third will be main verb, and fourth will be other parts of the predicate. Now in the sentence, can Alicia sing well? Can is the helping verb, Alicia is the subject, sing is the main verb, and well, that is other parts of the predicate. Well is what? An adverb. Next sentence, should people protect trees? Should is the helping verb, people is the subject of the sentence, protect is the main verb, and trees, which is a noun, that comes into other parts of the predicate. Next sentence, has Adil returned from China? Has is a helping verb, Adil is the subject, returned is the main verb, and other parts of the predicate. In that, what you'll put? You'll put from China. From is a preposition and China is a noun. When there is no helping verb in the statement, as in sentences in the simple present or the simple past, we will need to supply three words. Which are they? Do, does, or did. So here, when helping verb isn't there, you have to use what? Do, does, or did, as shown in the table below. Making questions in the simple present or past tenses. Simple present, when it is singular subject, what we will do? The formula will be does plus subject plus base form of the verb plus other parts of the predicate. How we had done above in the same formation. Question is, Suraj makes tea. Answer will be, Does Suraj make tea? Next one. The earth goes around the sun. Does the earth go around the sun? Last one. An elephant lays eggs. Does an elephant lay eggs? Now why does came? Because makes is main verb. It is not a helping verb. And so we are using does over here. Next one. When plural subject I or you is there. At that moment, what you have to do? You have to use do. Do plus subject plus base form of the verb plus other parts of the predicate. Your examples are Suraj and Sandhya make tea. Now Suraj and Sandhya, they are two, so here the verb will be singular. So here answer would be do Suraj and Sandhya make tea. We have to keep in mind make is a present tense. So here do will be in the present form only. Next one, the planets go around the sun. So go is present tense and here go is the main verb. So we are using the helping verb do. Do the planets go around the sun? Next one, elephants lay eggs. So here elephants is a plural. So here do will come. Do elephants lay eggs? Next one, I jump from here. Do I jump from here? Jump is a main verb. So we are using do. I drive a car. Drive is again a main verb and it is in present tense. So we are using do, not did. I drive a car. Do you drive a car? So I will turn into you. Now here, going further, simple past. The formula will be did plus subject plus base form of the verb plus other parts of the predicate. Now here in above when we did simple present, at the moment we'll be using when it is singular then does and when it is plural do. But in simple past we'll be using did. Suraj made by itself is a past tense. So you have to understand made is past tense, so you'll be using did. Suraj made tea. So answer will be did Suraj make tea? Students, keep in mind two past tense you are not going to use. So one did is a past tense, so that made you will make into make. Once again I am repeating, Suraj made tea. Did Suraj make tea? In the exam, if you write made instead of make, then students, your answer will be incorrect. So you have to be very careful about past tense and present tense. Going for the next example, the satellite went around the earth. Went is a past tense. So did the satellite go around the earth? Next one, you painted the wall. Did you paint the wall? So painted will turn into paint. But here there is no helping verb and so we are using did. I fell asleep. Did I fall asleep? So you have to be very careful. Instead of fell, you write fall. And where plural subject or subject I or you is there at that moment, no change in the structure. It will remain the same. Students, after completion of yes and no questions and making questions in simple present and simple past tense, now we shall start doing other yes no questions. In that what will come? Tag questions will come or declarative questions. Let's see how. Tag questions and declarative questions have the nature of yes no questions. In the first part, we did that. In the first part, we studied, have you had lunch? Yes, I had. That was a declarative question. But a tag question, how it will be? Monica is a beautician, isn't she? Or the other will be, you can't climb a tree, can you? That will be. So yeah. Now let's come. What is a tag question? A tag question is a short question added after a statement. A tag question expects an agreeing reply from the hearer. Monica is a beautician, isn't she? What is the answer? What is the answer over here, students? Isn't she? We are not going to Jaipur again, are we? Sonia has married Malik. So what will be your answer? Hasn't she? So one side, Monica is beautician, it is a positive sentence, and isn't she is a negative question. We are not going to Jaipur again, that is a negative, but the answer will be are we, that is a positive. Sonia has married Malik is a positive. Your answer should be hasn't she. So that will be a negative. A positive statement will have a negative tag, and a negative statement a positive tag. Next one, a declarative question is a statement that is spoken like a question with a raising tone at the end. You have got some money. Daddy is at home. So your stress to be given at the end of the sentence. The mother has checked. Your answer, she. So here your stress or the tone should be at a higher pitch. Next one, WH questions. What are WH questions? WH questions are formed with the help of the question words. Which are they? What, which, when, where, how, why, who, whom, and whose. WH questions can have a large number of answers, unlike yes, no questions, which have only two possible answers, yes or no. Yes, no questions. Is tomorrow your birthday? WH question, how it will be? What day is your birthday? For the first one, the answer will be, if you ask the question, is tomorrow your birthday? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. WH question, what day is your birthday? My birthday is on 1st April or 23rd January, etc. Now, some rules. Question word. Then, how they are used. Used to ask about an example. So, which are the question word? Now, what? What? Where you use what? For things or ideas, but not for people. For example, what is the color of turmeric? Next one, which? Now, where it is used? Either things or either things or ideas or people. For example, which car is your mother's? Who? The word question, who? It is used only for people. For example, who was the man on the terrace? Whom? Even whom is used for people. Whom did Chiku meet in the jungle? Whose? Whose is also used for people. Whose is the kerchief? Kerchief means what? Handkerchief with a red border. When? When is regarding time. It talks about time. For example, when will the hunters come back? Where? Where it talks about place, adverb of place. Where is my headphone? How? How talks about manner, adverb of manner. Manner in which something happened. How did the prisoner escape? Okay, next one. Why? Now this why question, it is used for reason. The reason for something, it is used for reason for something. For example, what it is? Why did the police officer run away? So, WH words as well as how are being explained. Now, students, we shall go for alternative questions. Now, students, after completion of WH questions, now we shall start with alternative questions. Alternative questions give a choice between the option contained in the questions themselves. The options are connected by or. Means what? You can see or in all the examples. And with that, two options also will be given. For example, are you a policeman or a soldier? So here two options are given, policeman, soldier. Second one, would you like to have tea or coffee? So here again two options are given. One is tea and second one is coffee. Third one, who is more popular? Sanjay or Deepika? First is Sanjay and second one is Deepika. Out of that, any one. So here, after that alternative questions, we will go for other types of questions. In other types of questions, we have exclamatory questions, rhetorical questions, echo questions. You can call echo questions. I'll go for echo. Exclamatory questions. Exclamatory questions express the speaker's strong feeling. Though they have the structure of a question, they end with an exclamation mark. These questions assume that the listener agrees with the speaker. Everyone knows exclamatory comes where sudden feeling is there, and at the end an exclamatory sign would be there. Now what is it? Let's see. These questions, what are very important, at the end an exclamatory mark would be there. Isn't he smart? Haven't they changed? Wasn't that a great shot? So all the three sentences you can see, that is an auxiliary word is being used. And at the last a verb is used. Let's go for the next one. A rhetorical question. A rhetorical question has the nature of a strong statement when you are 100% confident at that moment. Though it has the form of a question, the speaker of a rhetorical question does not expect an answer. First one, can anyone count the stars? So here, no one can count the stars, we knew. But a strong statement is being asked. Okay, a question. Is there a limit to dreaming? Everyone knows that dreaming has no limits. Last one, what difference does it make? It makes no difference. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So here, again, the statement I'm reading, a rhetorical question has the nature of a strong statement, a strong confident statement. Okay, and so they are being used. Next one, echo questions repeat a part or the whole of something already said. What is the question? Let's see. She is a great pianist. Answer is she is a great what? So here at the end the WH word will come and a stress on that word will be given what. The story is about a supernatural event. The story is about what event? So you're talking about the event which it is. So you'll be using what event? Supernatural event. Next one. He has made the mistake again. So here, who's made the mistake? So half the sentence would be the same. Only WH word you have to add it. Okay. The position can be the first or last, depends on the sentence. So here once again I am reading. He is made the mistake again. So here your answer should be, who's made the mistake? So question mark will be at the end.